Hello and welcome to Warwick Williams Insights for March. I'm joined again by Conor, our sales manager. It's now the end of the first quarter of the calendar year.
That's right.
Conor, tell us what's happening.
Yeah, again, a huge amount has changed, but then again, not a lot has changed since February. We've seen the increase of buyer demand has grown to a further level. We've seen more stock come on the market in general, both in the housing and the apartment market, but all in all, we have seen an increase in prices over the past 4 weeks, and certainly with some of our auction campaigns, we're having 4, 5, 6 registered parties at any one time. And in fact, we do have a property going to auction tonight at 44 Thompson Street, which is a beautiful Georgian style home, and we're really excited to get that on the market.
Excellent. Now, the early indicators show that prices are increasing.
Yeah.
Some reports, specifically from domainandrealestate.com, say that it's averaging from about 3 to 5% for apartments and anywhere from about 10 to 15% for houses. Do you agree with that assessment? Yeah.
Well, based on what we've seen, even just on the ground, and so I can give you, in March alone, we've had 12 exchanges. Both apartment and homes, of course, but we would estimate that to be particularly in the Drummoyne 2046, 2047 postcode, 3 to 5% in apartments and then 10 to 15% in houses. And in some cases, we've sold building opportunities to build the dream home as such, and values that we would have suggested maybe 6 months ago are actually yielding a 20% growth on that now at the end of March.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's great. Great time to be a seller.
Certainly is.
Yeah.
Now, the other data released just this week shows that the number of listings available have increased, but also the number of buyers searching has interestingly also increased, which I don't think we really expected to see.
No, well, we've actually seen in the first quarter of this year, we've seen over 1,000 buyers come through our properties.
Amazing.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
You know, you look at this time, say again, this time last year, you could nearly half those numbers. We had an open inspection, 86 Ingham Avenue, brand new duplex, beautiful, really high-end build. We had over 55 groups through the opening weekend, and since then we've had another 15 through. So that's nearly 70 buyers in 7 days.
Yeah. What advice would you give to the buyers that are watching at the moment? I mean, there have been a lot of people who have been quite disappointed because they've missed out on property. So, what's the best advice you could give them at the moment? Yeah,
it is in a very difficult environment for a buyer, particularly if you're a family looking for the family home. There's just such a shortage of stock at the moment. It really is difficult to get into that section of the market. The only thing we can suggest is really make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure your finance is ready, and when it comes to auction day or even a potential pre-auction offer, that you put yourself and your family in the position to buy straight away. So it's really be prepared and be prepared to act quick.
I suppose don't hesitate.
No, exactly right. Yeah. So how are you finding the rental market?
Well, it's recovered somewhat from 2020. We've seen the vacancy rates in Drummoyne in particular drop. Houses remain extremely popular, to the point where I think we'll actually start to see the rents increase over the next few months, just on the houses only. There is a pocket of the market, particularly the apartments, which is still quite saturated, so they're not quite ticking over as quick as we'd hope. But at the moment, we're only advertising 25 rental properties, and out of a portfolio of 1,400 properties that we look after, that actually puts us well below the average vacancy rate for Sydney.
So we've had a pretty good month for March.
Absolutely, yeah. We've leased 50 properties this month, which is
huge.
A Warwick Williams record. Pleased to say.
And we do love breaking records.
We do. That's the business that we're in.
Yeah. No, that's great. Well, it's nice to see that both from a rental and a sales market, both are performing quite well, and we're looking forward to seeing what Q4 of the financial year brings us.
Well, that's all for Warwick Williams Insights for March. Next week, I'll be joined by Matt Dimos from Clarence Finance Brokers to talk about interest rates. Till then, I'm David Rosina.
Great, and I'm Conor Allen.
See you then.